What's up guys, Untitled Studios here, and today will be an inside episode of Vacuum Saved, because this episode is in the middle of November, and it's very, very, very cold outside. So, it also rained, so I had to bring all these vacuums inside so they didn't get wet. Some of them did, but they've since dried out. So, this is a large swath of vacuums that I have attained, at the same time that I attained all the bistles from the last Vacuum Saved episode. So that was, I believe, 16 vacuums, if I'm counting correctly. And that is a large number of vacuum cleaners. So we're going to check them out in this episode of Vacuum Saved. So, first things first, we're going to start off with, well, the machine that isn't actually mine to keep, and that's this Eureka. This Eureka belongs to my landlord, and he has been using it for, well, whenever he needs to clean up a house, and it was really dusty. I did dust it before this video, but I have not tested it. So, he said the brush roll wasn't turning on it, so we'll go ahead and check that out. So, we're going to try this out and see how well this works. Now, like I said, I was told that the brush isn't turning, so that could be a belt, that could be a brush roll itself. We will find out. So we'll get this one out of the way, so that way we can... Oh! Okay. That sparked. That brush is definitely not turning. Okay, so we can replicate the problem. So it also sounds clogged, so needs cleaning and possibly a new belt, possibly a new brush roll. So this Eureka Exact Airspeed Pet is what it needs. So it's also has paint all over the cord, and it's missing the dusting brush. It does have the other three attachments though, including that one that won't stay on the peg, and also is uneven looking, and the turbo brush. So yeah, that will need to be fixed along with that machine, which I guess I'll might as well test this one too and get it out of the way. This one actually is mine now, because this is also the only other machine that's outside of this lot acquisition that I got from Justin, the guy who always gives me my vacuums and gets them off curbs and stuff. This one belonged to a friend's grandma who had it and it wasn't working right. She heard that I fixed vacuums, so she was like, hey, let's see if you can fix it. So I've already decided this one is because she needs a lightweight vacuum anyways, and this one is a little bit heavy. It's not too heavy, but it's still heavy, so I'm basically just upgrading her and getting her the newer Power Force Helix that's a lot lighter weight, so a lot easier for her to maneuver. This is one that I just refurbished, and I have a blue one as well, in case she for some reason wanted blue over purple. So I'll give her one of these instead, and that should take care of that. So let's see what's up with this one. You can see it has the wrong hose on it. It has a 6582 or 6583 Power Force bagless hose on it that is taped on. So it is attached, but it's obviously loose because it's too thin of a hose. So it's taped on. You can see that that's not there all the way. But yeah, so this hose obviously is a little bit of a problem. You can tell that the sticker is coming off. The rating sticker right there. So the reason this wasn't in the Bissell Save Vacuum Save videos is because I had already released the video before I obtained this machine, so that's the reason why there. Missing the combination tool, and I put a extension wand and crevice tool on this, or actually no, these are the ones that came with it. So I see crevice tool, extension wand, just like that. And it's also, I can tell it's missing the outer circular filter. Has the separator still there. Missing the post motor filter and the cartridge slot, or the holder for it, filter cover. You got some weird rust on the inside of this, which is bizarre because this is plastic. Does have the pre-motor filter, but there's a lot of leaves and crap in here. Don't know how that got in there. This poor thing obviously was not treated very well. But yeah, it's got the headlight. The headlight bulb is still in there, so we'll see if that works. The bumper has popped up, so that'll need to be reseated. You can probably just, for now, just push it down so it doesn't actually like break off on the edges. And height adjustments on low carpet. And the pedal is still good though. That's one thing. The pedal's still good. Cord doesn't appear to have any nicks in it. Still has the sticker, so I'll probably put this handle on my 6594-W so it has the sticker on it. And there's the bottom of it. See the high adjustment wheels, full of junk. So that's not good. This brush roll is entirely seized. Will not turn. It is completely stuck. Yeah, so that is borked. Now, what I'm going to do is, since, well, we'll see if this works first, but if it works, then I still have this Power Groom Helix Rewind that has no cord on it, and probably has a bad motor as well, but I'm gonna steal some parts from that. So I'll take the brush roll, the hose, since obviously this hose is not gonna work on this machine. So the hose, filter cover, stuff like that. So it won't look the prettiest, but, and in fact, I may even see if I can't swap this lever, this, and this, and just turn it blue, so that way it actually matches the filter cover, and then maybe it'll look kind of nice. So, I don't know, maybe I'll do that, and then also match the brush roll as well, not that you can see it through the top, but I think that's what I'm probably going to end up doing with this. And if that other one, if this has a good motor in it, and then that Helix ends up having a good motor in it, even though there's no cord, then if the motor sounds good, then I'll put that in my blue 6594 and finally get that one repaired. Because that one's refurbished, it just needs a new motor. So, because I already tried replacing the switch on it, and the switch was not the issue. So the issue was, in fact, the motor. So I will need to, because I ordered a new motor from Sears, they canceled the order, and I can't find stock of it anywhere. So if someone can find a motor that'll work for the 6594, that's a 12 amp motor, then let me know. So I'm still on the lookout for one. So enough rambling about that, because it's literally already been 9 minutes and I haven't even got to any of these yet. So if you are wanting this to be a quick video, then you clicked on the wrong video. But if you want this to be a long video, then sit back and grab your popcorn and enjoy my ramblings and testing of various vacuums. So we're going to pull this cord off. I don't know why I did that. I don't need all the cord. Whatever, too late now. Okay, yeah, that's the way you do it. Plug this in. Okay, didn't pop on. Didn't explode. Let's see if this works. Well, the headlight works, so that's nice. The, it sounds like it's clogged. It sounds like the motor is straining, and also it's taking a little while on wind down. So it obviously needs, the motor does need a little bit of a cleaning, needs a little bit of a polish and a touch up, but it appears to be more than serviceable. Well, it does have suction, just not very strong suction, so I'm pretty sure the filter is the culprit of that. Or this hose, maybe. Is this hose blocked? Because that lower hose isn't blocked. Oh, wow, well that just came. Ooh, that's melted. Oh, it's not melted, it's just chipped off. Actually, it is melted. It's chipped off. It has a piece chipped off, and it's melted, and it's the wrong hose. Who would have thunk it? Alright, let's try it now. Same story. Same story. So, yeah. So this will need some TLC for sure, but it is more than alive. It is definitely alive. Can definitely be restored. And, of course, once I give her the newer one, that's quieter, that is... Actually, this one isn't loud, so they're probably about the same noise level, just about. It's still a little bit quieter. But a quieter one, a lighter weight one with a good brush roll in it. I'm sure she'll be happy with it. Although, from what I gathered, she hasn't really been too caring about this, since she lives with someone who also has a vacuum downstairs. So... Who is that? Penny? Patches? Who is that? Patches! Patches, what are you doing? Patches, what are you doing? What are you doing, Bubby? Aww. I'll let you out in a sec. I'm filming, okay? Is that okay? You can roam around the house in just a little bit. Aww. Bubby, come here. Come on. This is my son. Isn't he cute? Patches. Aww. Let me grab this vacuum and suck your paw off, Patches. Okay. That's enough kitty cat. If there is such a thing. Okay. So, oh wow, it's getting really hot in this room. How do I close this vent? There, that's how you close a vent. Okay, so that is working. And then this is also working. So neither of these are completely dead. They'll just need some fixing up. That one actually sounds better than that one, believe it or not. Okay, 14 minutes later we can get into the actual vacuums. Okay, starting off with this little dirt devil, this little power stick, just to see if this works. Let's try this. Does it work? Oh god, that is loud, but it works. Fantastic. Fantastic. So that works. Probably needs a cleaning, but whatever. What should we test next? Let's test this Hoover Elite Rewind carcass. This probably doesn't work. If it does work, I'm gonna be mad, because if this thing just has like a belt problem and they ripped off half the components and threw it away, that's really aggravating. Because if this works perfectly, it only needs like a belt, than buying the dirt container and the hose. You know, not even any of the attachments, and this thing's not going to be worth it. So, I have very little hopes for this. And I also don't care, because I already have 2 of these. This one might be an older version, whatever. Does it work? Well, it needs a belt and it has a really long wind down, but it works perfectly. So that's annoying. Well, that's fantastic. Yeah. Maybe they threw it out because the cord rewind is slow, but it still works. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Not ideal, but I mean, what do you expect for an upright with a cord rewind? So that works. The cat is still trying to get out. Alright, who's the next victim? How about... Got some pretty good machines here. Eureka Smart Vac, Eureka 4D, Daredevil Broom Vac. One of these things I've been wanting for a while. Let's go with the Dyson. Dyson DC-33. So I already have one of these, in case you couldn't tell. But it is yellow instead of blue. But this is still an older one because it has the older style plug, which is interesting. Oh, they do this weird. Why is it with Dyson owners and doing like a weird crisscross pattern for the cord? The only people I've ever seen that does this with their cord do it on Dysons. It's really weird. I don't understand what the point of it is. Is that the Dyson recommended way of winding up your cord? I don't know. So, I can already tell that this handle is cracked right here. It's cracked off right there, but it does, I mean, it still feels flimsy, like all DC-33s do. It's in bare floor mode. I wonder if that's why. I wonder if they thought the brush was broken because it was in bare floor mode. Although this is still probably old enough that it could have a bad clutch on it. Oh my! Whoa! Well, that's a Dyson burnout if I've ever seen one. You heard that, right? That is burned out. Yeah. It was in the on position. And it is dead. Wow. Wow. So, I've never seen a motor burnout on a Dyson. Until now. Yeah, what could they have done to burn out the motor? I can't even think what they could have done. Oh well. Well, my first ever parts Dyson. And this is it. Because, yeah, that is dead. I mean, you heard that. It burned out. And I don't really see any smoke. Maybe a little bit. Yep, it's okay, so that one is dead. Okay, so that is the first upright we tried. Well, it's how is it that this thing has a good motor and this doesn't? It makes no sense. So the one that had everything with it is dead, because of course it is. And the one that has nothing with it works just fine. So meaning that it won't be at all profitable until all that is replaced. So that DC33 is a bust. It does include a flexi crevice tool, though. One that's missing the brush, but is still there. If I can even get this undone. Yep, there we go. Flexi crevice tool. So at least there's that. It's missing the brush, but it does have the flexi crevice tool. And that's all it has as far as attachments. So none of the ones it came with. So that is a bust. That Dyson is a total bust. And those cats, jeez. Alright, so now, then the cat meows. Alright, so the air is now off and we can resume. So, what next? How about this Eureka Boss 4D? Oh, this thing is bulky. One time I sold a vacuum to someone and she tried to sell me one of these with a busted handle for like $40. And I obviously declined, because the handle was completely cracked off and held in with tape. And motorized 2-position switch. Very bulky vacuum. Jeez, I don't know why anyone would have bought something like this. It's got the same crisscross pattern too. And a taped hose. Why are y'all meowing? Like, y'all are quiet literally all day, and the moment I turn on the camera, you won't stop meowing. Steve. What's wrong, buddy? Why does your voice sound like that? You have food and water and litter and everything? Want to go out in the living room? Okay, Bubby. Put your tail down. You're not a skunk. Yes, eat the dog food. Okay. Back to this. Let's see. Is this going to blow up? That is such a long wind down. Oh, wow! I can feel that suction. That wind down is so long. Wait a minute. I just realized this isn't connected to the actual opening. Maybe that's why they threw it out, because they thought it wasn't working, when it obviously wasn't even connected to the suction port. Wow. So that must be why they threw that, because this has suction. The brush works really good. There doesn't appear to be anything really wrong with this, other than this hose being split, which appears to be cosmetic, because suction is still getting through just fine. And it has the duster, but no other attachments. Well, it doesn't have the turbo brush or the dusting brush. So wow, I expected this one to be a total write-off, but this one actually works. So Eureka Boss 4D. And I'm going to wind the cord up properly because I'm not a psychopath. Okay, so that does work. I don't know where the sticker is on this. Oh, it's right there. Eureka, made at the Bloomington plant. Nice. Okay. Ooh. So there's that. And now, let's try this Dirt Devil. Ugh. Well, this has a Corby wind. Wow. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, I see the problem. Okay, so this one obviously is possessed by a demon. Wow, that Corby wine still works just fine. But yeah, that's enough of that. That is not healthy. Headlight does work. So far, all the headlights have been working, so it's kind of nice, I guess. So, it's that. This one I actually got at a, wait, no, I already did a video on this. Oh, never mind. Just gotta upload that. And Eureka Boss Smart Vac. Always wanted one of these. This one has a missing pedal release, so probably why it was thrown out. It's an older variant too. Outcleans Dyson by 60% at half the price. So this one's on floor. See how well this works. And we're going to turn that off. And oh, wow. Well, that works beautifully. So if I can just get a replacement latch, which hopefully I can get, then yeah, this will be a fine addition to the collection. Because wow, this thing works beautifully. Missing the attachments, unfortunately, but I'm sure I can probably track down replacements. This clip is not wanting to clip onto the cord. There it goes. So, Smart Vac is good. Just needs a new, well, attachments, and then also needs a handle lock. Okay. Hoover Nano. Nano Cyclonic. Ooh, this is light. Obviously, this is the successor to the old school Hoover Nano Light. Let's try this. Okay, didn't pop on immediately. Oh, brush roll. Brush roll needs work. So, sounds healthy. Brush roll needs some work, as that is not healthy. I want to just spit out a bunch of junk. Okay. Cool. Will this spit out more stuff if I just move it along the carpet? Yep. Exactly what it's doing. Okay. Well, that's not good. So, since that spat out a lot of dirt, man, I should have tested that before the Smart Vac, because the Smart Vac could have picked that up. Oh well, hopefully one of these other ones will pick it up. So, and that's my boyfriend using the links. Okay, so we will try this Hoover. Follow up the Hoover with a Hoover. Hoover Wind Tunnel High Performance. This is clearly an old, oh wow, that just creaked and cracked. This is obviously an older model that actually has a dial, kind of like a Eureka would, that goes from floor to hose and apparently will not turn. Oh well, we want it on floor anyway. Maybe they threw it out because they forgot that's how that worked, and they thought the hose wasn't suctioning. Maybe that's why they threw out the smart vac too. Or maybe it was just because they didn't want to deal with it falling over, so instead of selling it or fixing it, they just tossed it. So let's see what this does. Seems like it needs a new belt, possibly. The switch is kind of weird feeling. The whole thing just feels flimsy. But I don't know if that's it being defective, or if that's just because it's just not built well. And they obviously replaced it with the newer model. It also smells like shrimp. But it does work. So the shrimp one is good. It just needs a basic tune-up. Nothing too major. So far, even though the Dyson is obviously the most disappointing result, since that's the one that's worth the most, so far everything else working was probably going to make up for it. Hopefully that DC-14 also works. But we'll see. Oh, Steven. Bubby. What? I opened the door for you. Do you want to come in? No, don't go in the corner where the vacuums are. Come on out. Come on, Steve. Come on. Steven? No. Come on. Come on. I can't pick you up with one hand. You're eating too fat. Alright. There. Play with your brother. Okay. Okay, so. Patches. I'll let you out after. I don't want... Because y'all are going to get scared by the vacuums if I let you out right now. Okay. This vacuum safe video was a train wreck. Okay, so. Next, we'll try out this Panasonic Performance Platinum. Performance Plus Platinum. With the handle that's bent the wrong way. Does this turn back? Oh, yes it does. There we go, fixed it. That was easy. Well, that's fixed. One thing I don't like about these, this tab always drags on the floor. And that can be really annoying. There might... Oh! What is going on down here? Oh, this brush is like loose in here. Oh, because the plate's not on all the way. That's what's wrong with it. Okay. Well, I don't want to run it because I don't want to cause damage to that brush roll. But I'm sure you guys want to see it running, so I'll turn it on for a couple seconds. Because I do love these Panasonics, and I'm very happy to have one back. That motor does not sound healthy. But it runs. Not perfect, but it does run. So there's that. So that works, just needs some readjustment. Okay, final two contenders. Let's go with the Dyson, and we'll end with the Hoover M-Power. Okay. By the way, there's another vacuum save video coming up after this, so if you catch glimpses of vacuums that weren't in videos in this video, that'll be in the next one, which will release next week. So don't ask for when it's going to release, because that's when it's going to release. So today is Tuesday, so hopefully I get this up today, if not tomorrow. And I'll have the other one up probably Friday or maybe Monday. It just depends on how how that works out. So this one, the person wound up the cord properly. So whoever wound up this cord, not Discord, who rolled up Discord, deserves a medal. Oop, okay. Hopefully this one doesn't explode. Hasn't exploded yet. Wow. Has no suction whatsoever. Are the cyclones clogged? Yep, so I think the cyclones are clogged on this. What's this filter look like? If I can get this to open with one hand. That's not too bad. It doesn't look too bad. Oh, the shroud needs cleaning. That could be an effect on that. Hepa filter probably needs to be replaced. This thing obviously is a very early example of a DC-14. You can tell it's an early one because the early ones have the latch for this lower housing duct, just like the 07s and the 33s had, even though this one doesn't have a filter in that spot. So that's how you can easily tell if it's an early DC-14, is by the fact this is removable by a button. And it has a little message. This is an airflow duct. Wash filter as shown every 6 months. I did dust up some parts of this a little bit because it was really bad, but it's hard to put that back in place, but there we go. Once that's flush, you know that's back in place, since some supposedly vacuum experts can't manage to get that right. And Hepa filter cover is actually kind of popped off a little bit. We didn't even get that on video. Oh. I don't know what just happened, but I didn't break anything. Obviously doing this with one hand is a bad idea. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Maybe I can pop this off real quick. Alright, I just got the first tab off, and... oops. Trying to get the screwdriver underneath this left tab, and it's kind of hard to do. There we go. Okay, so now you can see what I've been doing. Pop that off. Ew. Well, that's large debris in there. So, oh, that smells bad. So that's not good. Something's not right here. If I run this without the filter... motor has a little bit of a long wind down, but overall sounds okay. Definitely doesn't sound too bad for the age, considering this is a probably late 2004, early 2005 example of a 14. Because I believe once the 15 released, they got rid of that little tab. I'm pretty sure. Dyson collectors can correct me on that if they know when they actually got rid of this tab, because most DC-14s don't have this tab, but the early ones did. I just don't know off the top of my head when the cutoff point was for that. And put that back in. Snap. 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 There we go. So if... Okay. And no blockages. That is mounted the correct way. I don't feel anything plugged up in here. So it's probably something to do with the cyclones. Unless there is a... Well, let's see. Nope, that is the cyclones. So, again, unless there is... I don't see anything caught in here. So it's definitely the cyclones. And that fell off. Only attachment this machine has. But the clips are here just fine, so it does have little clips to hold that in place. I just knocked it off when I was messing with it. So, DC-14 does require some maintenance. And I believe the clutch was bad on this as well. So, this is already a 40-minute video, so what little bit of time at this point does it really matter? Yep. Definitely needs a new clutch. The moment that I was applying the littlest bit of pressure on it, the brush stopped. So those clutch belts are bad, or at least the main clutch belt is bad. One of the clutch, something in the clutch is bad. Obviously, I don't know yet because I haven't pulled the thing apart. But so that's that. And I'm not even gonna bother wrapping that up. I'll do that after the video. Finally, this neatly wrapped up Hoover Empower, which will empower you to subscribe to this channel. Ooh. Okay. Well, that was easy. Now, it kind of sketches me out that this cord was wrapped up. Did they know there was something wrong with this? Oh! Oh my Jesus. I knew there was going to be some vacuum in this lot, statistically speaking, that has the dreaded chainsaw. Yep, that is the dreaded chainsaw. It does work, though. I could see stuff moving in the bin. But it's the dreaded chainsaw. The dreaded chainsaw has cursed this Hoover Empower. Now, is it the brush roll, or is it the motor? That's the fun part. Fingers crossed, hopefully it's just the brush roll. But if it is brush roll, trying to find another brush roll for one of these is going to be a pain. Perhaps I can steal it out of that one. I don't know. So, this is in chainsaw mode. So that will need some work. Also, kudos to the person who left the... Wait, power... It's on hush mode. It's on hush mode. And yeah, that's not hush mode. Definitely not hush mode. Is it off now? I'm confused. Oh, there's... Which one's off? So middle is off? This is... Oh, this is power control. So this is on, this is off, this is low, basically. Okay, well I want it off. I want it off. Is this off? It's better be off. Okay, it's off. Okay, so we have one chainsaw, two ones that need brush rolls, needs a belt, needs a handle release, needs reassembled, needs a brush roll. That one sucks. That's a piece of crap. I mean, it works. I just don't like it. So that one's for sale. That one, chainsaw, halfway chainsaw. This one, good. This one, bad. This one, why And this one, So, hope you enjoyed Intelitech Studios Vacuum Saved. If you'd like to see more chainsaws that happen to be shaped like Hoovers, subscribe and hit the bell icon. I know we don't beg people to subscribe, but we just hit 5,000 subscribers, and that is super awesome. For those of you who have subscribed, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And for those who are not subscribed, hey, why not subscribe? It's free, and if you subscribe, you are 10 times more likely to receive free cheesecake. So, subscribe and hit the bell icon. And if there's any, I don't know, if you want to see in reviews on any of these machines specifically, at least the ones that aren't chainsaws, and that are actually likely to be fixed by me, likely to have fixes done on them. I can fix any one of these, it's just, am I going to? So, Intelitech Studios signing out. Which one was your favorite to see in this vacuum saved law? Ignore all these. And 45 minutes of pure video goodness. Hopefully you enjoyed, and if you didn't, well, there's plenty of shorter videos on my channel as well, and more coming soon. Anyway guys, this is Intelitech Studios signing out with a motherload of vacuum saved, and I'll see you guys in the next video, and I'm going to let out all my animals since they are all whining to be let out. Steven, get over here. Steven, no, don't walk by the chainsaw. Steven. Good boy. Careful, there's a lot of dust here. No, don't. Stay away from the dusty dirt devil. Eureka! Oh, crap. Okay. Well, now there's a lot of pussy in here, so I gotta get that taken care of. Cat. Pussy cat. Okay, I know a lot of kids watch my videos. Means cat. Okay, so, anyway guys, Intelitech Studios signing out, and I gotta get these cats back upstairs. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.